Hey everybody, Kelly and I are in Iceland. We've been doing the Icelandic Farrier Conference. I am interviewing Geert Cornelis in this particular episode. He's the gentleman that hired us, and you can see the valley below, the Atlantic Ocean and the river delta. We've had a great time. Geert is from Belgium, been living in Iceland for 20 years, has a really nice business and an interesting story. You're really going to enjoy this episode. Thank you very much for watching. We're cleared for takeoff. Everybody, I am here with Geert Heert. Okay, say it again for me. Heert. And your last name is Cornelis? Cornelis.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we are in Iceland in his lovely home, and amazing trip, amazing time. We have been at the Icelandic Farrier Conference that you started.
Yes, I started this conference last year.
And why did you do that?
My vision or my dream is to teach everybody or provide the knowledge a little bit more to everybody, not just farriers, but give it, spread out the word a bit more, like to horse owners, trainers, breeders, vets, everybody in the horse world, what exactly is what we are doing in the farriery.
And so what is your dream for this conference? What do you want it to become?
I wanted to become, how should I say, something that people come to and everybody can learn something.
All right. Well, you lose a lot of money on this thing.
Yeah, lose a lot of money, yes, but knowledge is priceless.
There's that. So you do learn a lot,
yeah.
But you spent a lot of money to put this together, and I hope it turns into a massive, international, well-known sort of deal. You're very close to Europe, very close to Great Britain. So we had English farriers there, we had Swedish farriers there.
Swiss farriers.
Swiss.
Farriers.
Sweden, Switzerland, same thing, right?
It's all the same, yeah.
All right, so where are you from?
I'm originally from Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
And when did you come to Iceland?
I came the first time to Iceland in 2001 on a horse trip.
Just to ride?
Just to ride, and then for 1 week, and then I came back. I enjoyed it so much that I came back the year after. Then I've got offered work here on a farm, and the idea was 1 year, but I kind of not really left the country.
So 20 plus years,
yes,
and you're still here.
Yeah.
And what did you do in Belgium before you came here?
I'm an educated farrier, but I have been in gardening, metal construction, building constructions, I've done a bit of everything.
And did you grow up in construction?
No, on a farm.
On a farm?
On a farm.
All right. And so did you grow up on horseback?
No, not really on horseback. I have always been interested in horses, and so on, and they were, in the family they were horses. But we didn't have horses by ourselves on the farm.
What kind of farming did you guys do as a kid?
Dairy farm.
Dairy farm?
Yeah.
All right. Were you guys still milking by hand back then, or was it pipeline?
No, it was not by hand, not by pipeline. We had these pots.
So you hang the pots under them, put the milkers on, and then carry the milk?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So that's how my wife grew up with those. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the milkers were attached to the cow. A lot of work.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was nice.
How many cows were on the dairy farm you grew up on?
It was rather small. We had like 17 milking cows.
Okay, all right. And did that provide a living?
At that time, when I started the agriculture school, yes. Till I was finished, not anymore.
Oh, so it changed fast, huh?
It changed fast, yes. When I started to go to school, to the farmer school, in the village where I was living, we had 52 farmers, and 4 years later, there were just 2 left.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Regulations, prices, that's
and
just...
So what year was that? That'd be like in the 80s, 90s?
In the early 90s, yeah.
Early 90s. So things changed really quick then.
Yeah.
All right. And so you decided to pivot and become construction.
Yeah, I just did what I wanted to do at that moment. So I've been, everywhere and done everything. And
all right.
Yeah.
So you told me that you moved to Iceland and all you had was one suitcase.
Yes. Yeah.
And so what did you do? You hit the ground, one suitcase? Did you just...
Yeah, I got a work offer here. so I had work.
You had a place to stay.
Yeah, I had a place to stay. I had work. I had food, let us say, and the roof above the head, and
But not much money.
not much money.
And so how did you get to here?
To Iceland.
No. So
To-
here
to
we are.
this.
You're in a beautiful home. You have vehicles. You have horses. You have land. And so here's the thing. I've been able to see farriers all over the world, and usually the best farriers have the best lives. They inevitably, even in poor countries, the farriers tend to have a very nice lifestyle, which like you do too. So how did that happen for you?
By hard working, as first of all. Second, doing everything you say you're going to do. And living, to your standards, not living above your standards. I think that's the biggest mistake that a lot of people is doing. Spending more than comes.
Right. So spending more than they make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of governments do that too.
Yeah,
Most.
most. That's why we don't like governments.
There's that. Okay, so you had work when you first got here, and you're working on a farm. Were you doing shoeing yet?
No, then I was not really showing yet, but here on Iceland it was all a little bit looser at that time, and I was interested in it. My uncle was a farrier
In Belgium.
in Belgium, so I've seen it. I was interested in it. And I thought I can do that, and I just started to learn it.
Okay, so you said you're an educated farrier. That means you went to school?
No, it was there were no schools here on Iceland at that time, and most of the schools, like in Europe, like in Sweden or Belgium and so on, that was just a couple of months. So I think at that time the UK and Germany, that I remember at least, were the only countries where they had a farrier education over several years.
Okay, but you didn't go through that. You
No.
started shoeing here.
Yeah, and I went to courses and everything that I could learn or where I could learn, I went to.
Did you learn with your uncle any?
Not so very much.
No,
not,
okay.
not so very much.
And is there any regulation to shoe horses in Iceland?
Not yet. Not yet. To be honest, I hope it will come.
You do.
Yeah.
And are you hoping for EFA to come in, or do you guys want your own thing?
I hope EFA will come in as well.
Okay. So those of you that don't know, EFA is the European Farriers
Yeah.
Federation, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I know the Icelandic Farrier Association has applied for it, and I think we are approved. And if I remember correctly, I think EFA will come to Iceland in 28.
2028.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
So will you have to test, or will you be grandfathered in since you've been shoeing for so long?
I think we're going to have to do a test. That's and I think that's just normal. I mean, we cannot just say I have done something 10 years or 20 years or 30 years and think you can do it. You know, it is something you never know everything about it. So
That's true. With horseshoeing, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. You'll never do the perfect job.
how long before you do the perfect job?
You never will.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So even no matter how much you know, no matter how much you want to, there's always something you would like. Oh man, if I'd have just got that nail a little higher, or if I'd have just, oh man, taken that lateral heel just a little lower.
Yeah. That's how it is. And one thing I know is how more you learn, the less you know.
Yep.
It is a very complex system, and it's not just putting 4 shoes under a horse and think it's done. It is much more connected to it than just this piece of metal or plastic you put under it.
Oh, absolutely. So the Icelandic horse is a very interesting animal, and stout, and kind of has a cool personality, and very pretty horse. So tell us about the Icelandic horse.
The Icelandic horses came to Iceland with the first settlers, and then in the 900, and I thought it was 30, it could be a bit later, the Icelandic Parliament decided we are not going to import horses anymore. So what was on the Iceland here on the island from Europe, from the Scandinavian countries or the UK, that was it, and they just bred with it. And it was the rule of the strongest, you know. The fit one survived, and the rest disappeared. And that's why we have this harsh horse, and that can handle a lot of weight, a lot of this harsh climate, and survives with very little.
And they're all over. There's
Yeah.
horses everywhere out here.
Yeah. There is about 1 horse for every 4 inhabitants.
Okay, and there's 400,000 Icelandic
yeah,
people
yeah.
and 100,000 horses roughly.
Yeah, officially they are between 70 and 80,000 horses, but I mean, you have been going around a little bit and you have heard farmers, they don't really know exactly
Right.
how many they
They
have.
have a herd out there.
Yeah,
It is anywhere from 30 to 50.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They say always around 30 or around 50 or around, yeah.
They're bred to be eaten as well.
Yeah,
Do you like horse?
yeah. It's
What-
very good.
It's very good.
It's very good. It's very healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cut?
A steak, a fold steak. It's actually on the barbecue with the pepper sauces.
Hard to beat, huh?
Hard to beat, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How many horses do you own?
I own by myself 11.
And are they all rideable?
2 not.
Okay.
They are youngsters.
How old are they when you start breaking an Icelandic pony or horse? I didn't say pony. I said Icelandic
Yeah,
horse.
that's a big mistake you make here if you say ponies, they are horses. But we start them around, we take them a few days, and most of the people takes them in the first winter a few days, make them halter trained, and then they are in general out 3-4 more years before they get started.
And how do you start an Icelandic horse?
I think the basic of starting a horse is the same as with every breed.
Okay, so are they in a round pen? They work them, and
Yeah,
then-
yeah. You have to build up this connection with your horses, and they have to trust you, but you have to trust them as well.
Have you started a lot of them?
By myself, no, what's a lot? I don't know exactly, 30, 40 by myself.
I would say that's a lot. Yeah, that's quite a few.
Mm.
But you don't do that for outside
Living.
trade or nothing.
No.
But your girlfriend does.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're different than starting a Arab or a thoroughbred or a quarter horse?
I think the biggest difference is, I don't have so much experience with Arabs or so on, but the biggest difference is here, they know social hierarchy. They know how to behave around other horses. They have learned how to behave. And in Europe, you see, it's maybe better in the States, I don't know, but in Europe you see quite often they have their horse, their field, their stable, and that's it. And the horse never learns how to communicate, how to behave socially. And what you here have, they have quite often this mixed herds, like my youngsters are together with horses they are from a few months to the oldest one is 29.
They are herd animals, learn how to
Behave.
communicate and survive in that.
Yeah.
And you can use that to help
Yes.
start
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Where a horse that's raised in isolation is maybe it's a little bit like a kid raised on a tablet
Yeah.
versus a kid that's raised the way we were raised.
Yeah.
All right. Well, pretty interesting. There's no rodeo type events out here. Like you guys don't rope or you don't.
No. We compete in gates.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
they have
what
the
are-
5 gates. They have walk, trot, and gallop. But most of them, all of the Icelandic horses has the tolt, like Americans would call it running walk, and 60% of the Icelandic horses has the pace as well.
Do your horses do all 5 gates?
Half of them are doing all 5 gates.
And so is it quite different when you're riding a pace versus riding a trot?
For trail ride, it's quite, it's pace goes fast, but they cannot do it over huge distance. And trot is a resting gait, and they can do that forever.
Right. Well, you
Yeah.
put me on your horse, and I had no idea how to ride an Icelandic horse. And
Yeah.
we're fixing to go for a trail ride, so I'm going to learn more.
Yeah.
But you said be on the reins, and I felt like I was pulling hard, but I still had no brakes.
Yeah, they are smart animals. They know, they figure immediately out, can I go or can I not go? Am I in charge or is he in charge? That's...
And I was not in charge.
No, he figured that out. Yeah.
I was a passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they know immediately, and and I think that's the fun part with these horses. They are so clever. Then they figure things out. They know. Yeah.
Do you think they're smarter than other breeds?
Hey, I am at Cora's, and this is Cora, and actually, she's tall, but I'm standing at a hole. So these are her horses. We've been at her place. So you wouldn't tell anybody anything about your place?
Oh, we just talked about it, and we like to welcome people here and make them feel at home on Iceland. So if you want to try to live in the Icelandic countryside with some horses around and some dogs and
An experience that is beyond just the average tourist thing, check out coras.is. Anything else?
oh, I'm looking forward to see you.
I cannot say they are smarter than other breeds because just I'm wondering if you would keep other breeds in a similar way as they keep the Icelandic horses, if it would create the same behave.
Yeah, so that's possible, huh?
Yeah. So that's the question: how would they be? What we see here is sometimes, we want to shoot those horses as farriers or as trainers. Those horses that has kept, I call them garden horses. When they are behind the kitchen window and they don't know anything from real life, let us say, or how to lift their feet or how to behave or
Sure.
They are very difficult animals, and those you would like to see in the freezer.
Those ones taste even better.
yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting. Whenever you're shoeing in Iceland, you're able to stay as busy as you want to be, right?
Yeah.
Have you turned away a lot of work, or do you just keep going? How's your business run?
I have my customers, let us say, and I don't take a lot of new customers anymore. I have my bunch of horses or my bunch of people, let us say, that I shoe for, and I don't take a lot of new ones for the moment.
How many horses do you shoe a week? Do you know?
In average, I would say, it's much more in summertime, but I would say around 35.
So 35 head.
Yeah.
And you work on weekends?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so
I try to skip that, especially in autumn and winter time, but it is sometimes difficult.
So you're 5 or 6 horses every day?
Yeah.
No problem?
Yeah.
All right. And the other farriers, everybody is the same, like everybody's pretty busy?
Yeah. But then you have also these farriers that are just working kind of like summers. You have also people who shoeing some horses, they shoot just 2-3 heads after work. It's
And so is that common, part-time horseshoers?
Yeah. I think most of the farriers here in Iceland are part-time.
And is hot shoeing, is that common in Iceland, or is that pretty rare?
It's pretty rare. It's also sometimes it is, especially in the stable areas like Reykjavik and so on, you cannot get close enough with your van to it. It's a lot of walking always, when you do a fitting and you have to change it. It's a lot of running back and forth.
Oh, really? Why is that? Just the way it's set up?
Yeah, you cannot reach the stable by the door. It's a whole street, and you have like at Reykjavik, they have a stable area. I think it's about 2,000 horses. So you have 3 or 4 streets with on both sides tables, and yeah.
Wow. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So that definitely makes hot shoeing a hassle.
Yeah.
And how about the weather? So do you guys end up getting to shoe inside most of the time? Because it's a harsh environment here.
Yeah, we shoe normally always inside. Yeah.
All right.
It can happen, especially in the summer, that we are outside, but normally we are always inside. We don't always have the space we would like to have, but at least we are dry.
Yeah, but it's a little dark sometimes too, because it's you guys don't get a lot of sunshine, huh?
I know the winter time.
Yeah, and then in the wintertime, you'll have 20 hours a night, 4 hours of daylight, and you're shooting inside. I bet it can be a little hard to see sometimes.
Sometimes, it makes life a bit more difficult or challenging. So.
All right. So where do you see horseshoeing in Iceland in another 5 years?
I hope on a much higher level. It has changed already a lot, but I hope it will change even more for the better of the horse.
And what caused it to change already?
we have more and more people coming from abroad, and there is people going from Iceland abroad to learn about it. We have more educated farriers. People is more open to learn it, and a lot of horse owners, they have been going around the world and they see how it goes on other places as well. So the knowledge gets better.
Okay. And so do you think Horseshoeing will be a standard here in 5 years? Or
No.
Never, huh?
I don't think so. But you never know. It's difficult to predict the future, but I think Horseshoeing will be a part that's rather difficult to do.
And what about the cost of shoeing horses here? Because you guys have to import everything.
Yeah.
And so how much does it cost for a set of shoes to buy?
A set of shoes.
So four
shoes, we are selling them to our clients, I think, for about 4,000 Icelandic krónur.
Okay, and so the math on that for dollars would be?
I'm not good in mathematics.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's somewhere around $25.
Is it? Could be.
All right, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out this very fast.
So you say you're selling them to your customers. So when you put them on, they pay for the shoes. So you get a different price for new shoes than resets.
Almost $30.
$30 is what you
set for a horse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you charge a different price for new shoes and resets.
The work is the same, so it's the same price for the work. So we don't, if you do a reset, we don't charge for the shoes. That's the only thing that disappears.
Okay, and then but then they get new shoes next time. Then there's an extra $30.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So in the U.S., most of the people that I know, they don't sell the shoes to the customer, and so it is the same price for new shoes or resets. And then when the shoes wear out, the shoer ends up eating the cost of that. Yeah. So, but maybe we charge more every time to make up for that. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it has to come from somewhere.
It does have to come from somewhere. Yeah. Do you guys charge if you lose a shoe?
It depends how fast.
Okay.
I always say if it's within a month, I don't charge. And knock on wood, but I don't have very many yet. But don't say too much. But
right. You don't want to. Yeah. It is that way, right? Like, oh yeah, I haven't lost a shoe in 6 months, and you lose 3 as you say that.
Yeah. When I was in Sweden, the farm where I was showing, they had about at that time 70 horses on shoes, and I had been showing for them a couple of years, and they had trail rides as well. And then the owner was with a big group out, and they were talking about shoeing. And then, who was shoeing for him and so on. And then said, I have this guy shoeing for me and I have lost not a shoe in 2 years. And then on the way back, he lost 3. So never say you'd never have a...
It does happen that way.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it is. So when you were shoeing in Sweden, I don't know this story. Were you shoeing for a living there?
I was shoeing for a living and training horses and helping out farmers.
And when was this? Was this before 2000?
No, that was actually in between. I went to Sweden in 2005.
So you had been living here for a few years, learned how to shoe horses, and then you packed it up and went to Sweden.
Yeah, I followed how it is. I followed the woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you shod horses in Sweden for how long?
For almost 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. And did you like that?
It's another mentality in Sweden. They like to see, at least at that time, it has changed a little bit as well, but they like that you did a lot of hocus pocus around it. Things that were not really benefiting the horse, but they were very happy when you did it.
As an example?
Like if you had a piece of hoof broken off and you could easily nail a shoe on and you left this piece open, they were a bit worried. So if you took out your hoof repair and you put a bit on and you charged them 150 or 200 Swedish more, they said, very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and they don't like that here. They don't care here.
Here they don't like hocus pocus. They want to have a horse with 4 shoes on, and that can go over the mountain in one way.
So if it's flat, sound, and stays on, then it doesn't matter if it's a crack in it that's not filled in.
No, it doesn't matter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of horses were you shoeing in Sweden?
Most Icelandic horses as well. I've been showing some Frisian horses there and normal Swedish warmlets and so on, but most
Mainly
of it,
Icelandic.
yeah.
So you're really in love with the Icelandic horse.
It's a nice horse to work with. It's an honest horse. They don't take any shit. They let you know immediately if it's right or wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you have with other horses, they can be, we call it in Icelandic frek, a bit is annoying. You don't know what they're gonna do. They do everything and nothing. What you have with most Icelandic horses, they like you or they don't like you, and there is no gray areas in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you followed the woman to Sweden, and was she Swedish or was she?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And that fell apart, so you came back, and again you're with a suitcase?
With my back, yes. That was what I had, just my back.
All right. And so that was 2008 then?
9.
And that was a tough time in the world. 2009 was the economic crisis.
Yeah.
And so how did you get back on your feet in, 16 years? We're 2025 right now.
Yeah.
So 16 years later, how did you go from coming back with just a bag, no woman, and here you are?
The same rule. I just worked hard and lived by what I could afford and tried to save money. And
did you have a truck and an anvil and stuff like that here whenever you came back, or did you have to buy all
no,
that?
I had to buy everything.
And where did you live when you got back?
On the place I was working. And then I lived there again a few months, and then I could rent a very small apartment in Hvergerði that was rather cheap at that time. So and that's how I started again.
Okay.
Saving money and working and no holidays.
Well, horseshoers, they tend to be able to do that.
Mm.
It's if you have the skill to shoe on a horse, you can always eat.
Yeah,
You can always find a way to get to that next
level.
place.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for a youngster that wants to become a farrier?
Be aware how hard it is.
Okay.
That's and it's not a profession, it's a way of living, it's a lifestyle.
I agree with that.
If you have it or you don't have it, you can learn it, but if you don't have the passion for it, it's difficult to survive.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we try to warn all our students about how hard it is,
Mm.
and we still have people come and quitting because they don't believe me, or they don't think it's going to be hard for them or whatever. But really, if this job is not your passion, it would be a horrible job.
Yeah.
And so if it's your passion, then you don't mind the sweat or the blood or the bruises or the backaches.
Yeah. You're not. If you wake up in the morning and you say, "Ah, fuck, I have to shoe a horse," it's better you quit because it's not possible.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, you are correct. But if you wake up like, "Oh man, I get to shoe horses today,"
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Yeah. Especially what I like to do most of all is when you have this orthopedic shoeings. If you go to a horse and you see it suffering, and you go home 2 hours later and you see that your horse is feeling good, or how should I say, that's very rewarding. That's, I think, the most rewarding thing you can do in this job.
Make a hurt horse feel better.
Yeah.
What kind of orthopedic stuff do you see most often in Iceland?
It is cracks that you see a lot, and now the laminitis is coming more and more.
And why is that, you think?
The way how we keep them, they get, because the tourist has been blooming so much. People got sometimes complaints from animal welfare that the horse had nothing to eat, so now they get much more to eat, a bit too much to eat sometimes, and then
And so it's called, okay. And so what is what's your favorite thing to do for a foundered horse?
actually clocks
Okay, and you make your own, I understand.
Yeah.
How do you build them?
from piece of wood. I just round them off to
Do
the hoof, and
do you do it with a rasp, or do you do it with the grinder, or what?
whatever I have available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine you doing it with a rasp since you don't put rasp handles.
No, most of it's with a grinder
Okay.
or the sand belt, and
And then do you screw them on?
Yeah.
Or do you glue them on?
no, I screw them on.
Okay. Do you screw them from the top?
Yeah.
All right. and the bottom of it's really nice and round with a really far back
Yeah.
breakover.
Yes.
And you fill the clog with anything?
Yeah, I put dental material in it, the soft one.
All right.
And that has, I mean, very good results on most horses, but yeah, they are not all reading the same book.
Of course. Yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes you have to, what I have learned as well is you have to think outside the box quite often. Because you can show 100 horses and 95 has been reading the book, and then you have this very few that gives you a headache, that just want to follow the rules, and that are the most interesting horses to work with.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot, and you
Yeah.
have to. And so, do you have any case studies you can talk about that where you succeeded with one of those?
Case that is. No, my neighbor he has one horse. His sister had here one horse, and yeah, we maybe going to see it when we go later on riding. She got out of the field with laminitis, didn't want to walk, and so the vet has said to her, yeah, that they should maybe contact me. I'm the closest one, and so I went over there and I put these clocks under, and then all the vets, they had never heard about that here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have done here quite sometimes things a bit different than what you are used to. So they were all so surprised how positive effect this had on the horse.
And how long do you use clog on a horse like that? How many settings do you expect to use it?
On this horse I have used it 3 times.
And are you still going with it?
And now it goes on a normal equilibrium shoe with a 3D pad, and she's riding the horse and it goes everywhere, and you don't see anything.
So the white line is back together,
Yeah,
and the hoof is
yeah,
growing down normal.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
And how about cracks? You mentioned cracks. What do you generally do for a crack?
Quite often, if I can, I just clean them out and try to leave them.
And then do you
With
put
the
a shoe
normal,
on?
with the good normal shoeing, has solved most of my problems. If it's bigger, I have used hoof cast, I have used this hoof repair, I have a bit of everything, but it's the same there. You can do something that works on one horse, and then you have a similar thing and it's not working on another horse.
Do you guys have to fight abscesses very often in this climate?
Not so much, no.
We have seasons in Missouri where you won't have abscesses for, like let's say 8 months of the year, but in the spring, and then when it gets really wet, they're like April and May, and even into June, you can really hit a season where you get lots of abscesses for a short time.
No, we don't really have that, and like cancer, I have not seen one horse with hoof cancer here on Iceland.
So no canker.
No.
Okay, yeah, that tends to be a lot in draft horses.
Yeah.
We don't see it very often. What about keratomas? Have you ever had any of those?
I think they are probably here. I have not seen one by myself.
All right, very cool.
So
How about bar shoes? Do you guys use very many bar shoes?
no, there are not very many bar shoes. Years ago, they were very, especially the veterinarians, when there was a problem, they say ring shoes. If there was a crack or all kinds of problems got solved by a ring shoe.
And a ring shoe is a bar shoe?
No, it was more round.
Oh, like a European bar shoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but that kind of disappeared a little bit.
So it was a fad here for a while, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also because they realized that not all the problems are fixable with the ring shoe. Yeah, I mean, one of my horses that I have here, I bought because of that. Because the veterinarian said ring shoes that I was not agreeing with, but the veterinarian has always the last word. They are veterinarians, so I shot the horse 6 times with the ring shoe, and then the owner got upset that the horse was not changing, and he was selling the horse, so I picked it immediately up, took it home. I cleaned out this whole crack, filled it up with hoof repair.
So once the vet got out of it, you were able to make a nice horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working with veterinarians?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because at least the veterinarians that I work with, we can talk, we can have discussions, and they listen, or they can listen to what they are aware of that they don't know everything about horse. So they don't walk around like they are the kings and you're just doing the dirty work. We can have talks, and I think it's nice.
Yeah.
And I think that has changed also the last years.
So it didn't used to be that way.
I didn't have so much experience with the first years I was here. But but I think in general their knowledge and the knowledge of the farriers has been much more now or better now than it was like 10 years ago. So, and a lot of people said, yeah, but the vet, he should know. So they just said, yes, amen to what the vet said.
And then you just did it.
And then they just did it, yeah.
Okay.
So that's, I think that's good as well, that we can have more discussions.
And do you travel much to conferences and stuff for horseshoeing learning?
Not so much as I would like to. I would like to do this much more, but it's a little bit lack of time.
Yeah, you do go from can to can't, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've had some amazing meals, and we had Icelandic goat last night that was really good. You're a surprisingly good cook for as skinny as you are.
Yeah, thank you.
And you fed us breakfast. Your hospitality has been just genuine, and it's been really wonderful. So Kelly and I have had a great time. Do you have any inspirational sayings for me?
We don't have problems, just solutions.
And every time anything came up, you said, well, that's not a problem, here's a solution. And you've done that. I've seen you do that like 5 times in the last 2 days.
Yeah, but if you don't live like that, then you can sit in a corner and feel pity for yourself and cry all the time.
Yeah, you can be miserable if
you
decide to be, or you can decide not to be.
Yeah.
Well, I really like that one. Do you have any stories or anything you'd like to tell the world about Geert? Is that right? Is that Geert? Is that right? Geert.
Stories? No, maybe I have many stories, but I don't know if they are interesting.
Well, you can tell one.
Tell one. Yeah, I can tell maybe the story how I ended up here on Iceland.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So, yes, like all good kids, you listen always to your mother. So I had girlfriend and horses in Belgium. And I was on a family party with my girlfriend, and the day after, of course, you have to take care of your animals. So I left the party a few hours to take care of my animals. And then the day after, my girlfriend was rather upset that I left. So she said that I loved my horses more than her. So then I asked her very kindly if she could see the door.
And was she right? Did you love your horses more than her?
In a different way.
Okay.
In a different way.
I should hope so.
The thing is, if you have animals, it's like having kids. You are responsible for them.
Right.
And I think as an adult, you should be able to take care of yourself a few hours. So, but anyway, I asked her kindly to walk through the door. And then I called my neighbor who was in animal trade and sold the horses. So then after a few weeks, I was rather impulsive. I'm still impulsive, but a bit less probably. But then I was after a few weeks, why in earth did I sold these horses?
So you called your friend and you just sold all your horses?
Yeah.
Because you were mad?
Yeah. I was like, this is not going to happen to me anymore, that somebody says this, so all gone.
And how many horses did you have at the time?
Not so many, just 2.
Yeah, still.
Yeah. So then I was like, but these animals, they had not done anything to me, I was a bit like, So I was planning to buy new ones, but they were on the farm then. And my mom, she's not so very eager on having horses, she's rather afraid of them. So she saw such an advertisement about these week trips here on Iceland. And she said, would that not be better for you to spend your money on that instead of buying another horse? And as every good boy, you say, yes, mama. So I came to Iceland for 1 week. And
how old were you?
Oh, then I was already 27.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So then...
and you weren't married, never been married?
No.
You've just been working?
Yeah.
Single guy, comes to Iceland for a week.
Yeah, and liked it very much, went back home, and I said, I'm going to do this again next year. And then I came back here, and we were joking about it, living on Iceland and working here, that we could do that. And
Did you have a girlfriend at that time?
no,
All right.
no, I was rather happily alone.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came back here. They offered me work. I could, on the trip, the car broke down in the Highlands, and at that time it was not so easy as it is now to have phone connection or whatever. So the tour guide, he was asking if I knew something about engines, and I said, yeah, a little bit. So I could fix the problem, and then they offered me work. He was asking me after the week, are you serious about working here on Iceland? And that's how I ended up here. So we made an agreement for 1 year. That turned out a bit longer than 1 year.
And was it easy to work here with the Belgium citizenship?
Yes, they have how should I say, an agreement with the European Union that we can work here.
Is it still like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, can an Icelandic person with an Iceland passport work in Belgium easy?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's really like having one big country.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
It
Well.
is no problems to travel between Europe and Iceland.
So how did you meet a girl from Sweden?
On the place I was working.
Did she come for a horseback ride?
Yeah, and she started to work there as well. So that's how we ended up. But she left after her time was up, and I followed. So that's how I ended up in Sweden.
All right. Well, you've had an amazing career, and you're still having that amazing career. And you're a great host. You have a wonderful conference, and it has a practical side. It has the theoretical side. Good lectures, great food. Yeah, we had a great time. Well, Geert.
Heert.
Geert.
Don't worry, they cannot say my name here either.
So it's Geert, which looks like Geert, but
Yeah, we say it much softer.
all right. With a Geert with a softness.
Yeah.
Sir, you've been fantastic, and I thank you for sitting down with me for this little bit of time, and I'm looking forward to go riding one of your horses.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.